Hi, I've had some requests about silencing the mind, some techniques. Now, what I want to show you right now in this very short clip is a technique to still it and quiet it. You won't be silencing it, but you're going to teach your mind how to be quiet, filter things out. It's a lot easier to get rid of one thought than it is to get rid of a dozen, which is what we've got going on right now. So we're going to get rid of most all of them and just focus and wind up with one of them, and then later we'll get rid of it too. Now, this is a procedure. Seems simple. Give it a try. I think you'll like it. You'll find it very interesting. You're going to use your sensory. You're going to use your hearing for this one. Keep your head forward. Keep your eyes straight. And just ignore the eyes. Just kind of let them just, be. Look forward. That's all. You're not actually focusing on anything with your eyes. Do not pay attention to your eyes. Pay attention to your ears. We're going to use sound for this one. And this is what you do. You start off getting quiet. This is best done in a place where there's no humans speaking, because that'll promote a lot of thought. So make it a place that's just no humans speaking. It's all right to not be silent or a beautiful place because you're not using your eyes. This is something you can do anywhere. But humans tend to get us to thinking, and you don't want to do that. That's the idea. So you find a place. Sit down or stand. Look straight ahead and pay attention to your ears, your hearing. Focus everything on your hearing and what you are hearing, the sounds that it is. When you hear a sound, it'll produce a thought. Ignore the thought. Don't fight that thought, or you'll create more noise. You actually hold on to the thought. So don't fight it. Just ignore it. Go back to the hearing, the experience of the listening, the noise that you hear, not the thinking you have about it. The noise. Focus back on the noise. Focus ahead. The sound. What is there? Now take your focus and, looking straight ahead, move your attention. Just your attention, focused on your hearing. And what do you hear? Go very slowly. It's one of the keys, because you don't want to rush this. You'll tend to get antsy and want to move. Oh, I did. It was like a wired man trying to do this at first, but you'll get used to it. And just be patient and focus. What's the sound? A door over there. You heard a door. You'll have a thought about the door. Ignore the thought. Just don't fight it. Just go, okay, the door. You just heard. Focus on what you heard. The experience of the sound of that door. Continue on. Don't stay with it. Just move on. Move your attention. Move your attention around. Now your attention's looking that direction. You're straight ahead, but your attention is over there. Ah, a car went by, producing a thought. Ignore the thought again. Pay attention to the sound of the car. What does it sound like? You don't think of how it sounds. Just experience the sound. A thought comes in. Ignore it. Experience the sound. Go back to the sound. Focus on the sound. Move your attention on around. Now your attention is in back of you now. Straight in back. Looking right back. Your attention. You're going on around. And a dog comes in. Maybe. Or a cat crossed the floor. You'll have a thought there, especially if it's your pet and your dear one. Ignore it. Don't fight it. Ignore it. What's that sound like? Can you hear the claws hitting? Or is it a cat? Is it purring? Can you hear that cat walk focus. See if you can hear that catwalk. Don't think. And if you do, ignore it, which you will think. Ignore it. This is success. All the way around to every sound that there is, and you focus nice and slowly till you get around to the front again. And then just sit there. When you have a thought, ignore it and focus on sound all the way around at once. At once. Not focus on any particular place. All the way around. When you hear another car, don't put your attention over there. All the way around. You'll hear the car go by, and you'll hear the cat walk across the floor. Don't focus on either. It's sound. 360 degrees. All at once. Sound. When you have a thought, ignore it. Again, you'll have plenty. Ignore them. Don't fight them. Don't be angry and don't be frustrated. Lots of noise in that. And you'll do it. I sure did. So will you. Just practice not to ignore it. And focus on the sound. And then 360 degrees on sound. And sit. And focus on the sounds. When your attention goes to your eyes, focus it back on the sound. Just noise. Just what do you hear? The experience of hearing all at once. 360 degrees. And sit there. Or stand. Or walk. Whatever you're doing. And sit there. What has happened is that you cannot think of things and focus on the sound at the same time. So if you continue to refocus on the sound, you'll be diminishing thought. You'll be getting rid of it by itself because you can't do both. And when you think about something, you're losing the sound. Focus back on the sound again. The thought will go away. Another one will come in. Focus back on the sound again. Don't be frustrated. Don't do that. Just have patience with yourself. And go all the way around and sit in a 360 degree and experience the sound. That's the first step. There's more to come, and I'll be happy to do this. And I'll have more going on this, and we'll step further. But give this a shot. See how you like it, and we'll go further. We will eventually learn to use eyes, and you will have all your sensories going, because this meditation of silence is not a drifty or an inward reflection. This is a no thought producing mind, fully aware of your surroundings. I'm sure you've seen the movies of Kung Fu and these kind of things. If you're old enough, you've seen those. And you talk about, and the master says, "Don't you hear the cricket between your feet?" That's how he did it. His mind was silent, and his sensories were on fire. Later on, we'll talk about centers within the body that you focus on with this silence, that are amplifiers within the body. They're easy. I'll show you. And what they do is they'll amplify everything you do. But you've got to be silent to get to them. And you want to be careful what you're doing when you're in them. So you want your mind to be very focused. Give this a try, my friends. The experience is wonderful. This is not something that happens for short periods. I recommend that you do this, if you want to do this, I recommend that you do this a minimum of 20 to 30 minutes a day. I recommend that you do it 20 to 30 minutes twice a day. I also recommend, if you want to go a little further with it, that through the day, at your desk, walking along, that you just get, oh, what's over here? Quiet. And listen, and try it. It is more important and more valuable to you to be a normal day, chilling out, walking along in your business, and then stopping and getting into that space. And then getting back out of it and doing your business, getting back into that space. Because eventually what's going to happen is when shit hits the fan, you're going to want that space. Because the tools that you'll have by that time will be used way better with a silent, focused mind. Sitting in that amplifier you'll be shown. Enjoy yourself, my beloveds. Triple D out.